Hey, chosen ones, I got a special message for you today. If you know that you're a true chosen one, then you have no choice but to watch this video until the end. Listen, chosen one, you are different, and that's why God set you apart. He chose you out of everybody that you know. We are different, so that's why God set you apart. That's why He chose you out of everybody that you know. I'm sure like your whole life you felt like there was something different about you. I'm sure your whole life you felt like you didn't fit in with the crowd. No one understood you. No one understood your passions, your interests. I'm sure like growing up you're just like me. You were lonely, you had no friends. People didn't understand you. They didn't understand your purpose, they didn't understand your vision or what you're trying to do with your life. You always felt out of place. You felt like you didn't belong in your community. You felt like you didn't belong at your school. You felt like you didn't belong at your work. You felt like you didn't belong at your church. Everywhere, every single way you go, you feel like you don't belong there. You feel out of place. You feel like no one understands you. It's difficult for you to make friends. It's difficult for you to get into relationships. It's difficult for you to get people to support your dream, your vision. You know why? I'm telling you right now, it's because God set you apart. He set you apart. Like that's the price you have to pay for being the chosen one. God sets you apart, and not everyone is going to understand you. Only the chosen ones are going to understand you. Only the people that are chosen by God, they are the ones that are going to understand you. And I'm telling you right now, they are rare. They are so rare. So we set you apart. Like God placed a higher calling in your life. Like let me repeat that again for you. God set a higher, placed a higher calling in your life. You were born to do great things in this world. You were born to become someone influential in this world. Someone that's going to change the world. That's going to make this world a better place. Right? And you cannot do that when you're following the crowd. You cannot do that when you're always with the crowd. You cannot do that when you're just like everyone else. So God, because God wants you to change the world, guess what He did? He set you apart. Like you are unique. There's no one like you. You are different. Everywhere you go, people recognize you. Like you stand out. Everywhere you go, you stand out because you are different. And that's what you need for you to fulfill that calling that God has for your life. That calling that God has placed in your life. That's why you stand out. That's why you stand out. People don't understand you. Like have you ever walked like in the street before and you just felt like everyone was watching you, was staring at you? Or maybe you went to an event. Or maybe it was at your job and everyone was just staring at you. It's because you're different. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you speak. We are not speaking like most people. We are not dressing like most people. We are not talking like most people. Everything that you're doing is different in your life, and that's what confuses people because they don't understand like why. Why do you do all these things? Why do you talk like that? Why do you walk like that? Why did you choose that career path? They don't understand that God placed a calling in your life. So He set you apart and made you different. Each and every person that you are going to come across to in your life, like they are not chosen like you. That's why it will be hard for you to maintain relationships or friendships with those people, because they are not chosen like you. Like, this is real, fam. That's why all your life you didn't fit in with the crowd. That's why all your life you felt different. You stood out. Like, I can tell that from my own experience. Like, as a young boy, I always felt like there was something different about me. I never had a lot of friends. I never fitted in with the crowd. Although I tried all my best to fit in with the crowd, at the end of the day, guess what happened? I always stood out. I always felt like I didn't belong there. I felt like I was out of place. Like, you feel in your soul that, damn, there's something missing in my life. But what is it? I don't know. But as you grow, you realize that you are the chosen one. Like, God chose you. As you become self-aware, you realize that God chose you. That's why all your life you felt different. You felt like no one understands you. Even your family didn't understand you. It happened to me. My own family didn't understand me. My own family didn't understand me. I was quiet, shy. Always like to be alone. And that's one thing about being the chosen one, is that you always like to be alone. Like, type in the comments right now if I'm wrong. But as the chosen one, you always like to be alone. You don't like crowded places. It's like God isolates you from people, from the public. And He wants you alone. He wants to communicate with you alone. So, you are different, chosen one. And there's no one like you. That's why, like, sometimes you feel out of place, like you don't belong in this earth. It's true. God placed the higher calling in your life. But that's all from me today. If you found value from watching this video, give this video a like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all, see you on the next video. Like I always say, believe that.